gas mileage in the Outback Wilderness really can be quite good. I'm about 93 miles into this tank. I've been going for about 83 minutes or 89 miles so far in this day trip across the state. Looks like I'm averaging 30.4 according to the computer. If I switch to my trip B, that's over the last 8,300 miles and looks like 27.0. When I'm at the pump and I hand calculate, usually the car's computer is about a half mile per gallon higher than what I actually get. So still getting about 30 miles per gallon so far really isn't bad. Keeping perspective, this is a fairly big wagon. It does 0 to 60 in about 6 seconds flat in good conditions and has 9.5 inches of ground clearance. So to be able to get, 27 to 30 miles per gallon at highway or interstate speeds under good conditions, I really can't complain about. For that reason, this is a pro, something that I like. This photo is taken at the end of the trip. You can see overall I averaged 31.5 according to the computer. In reality, that's probably about 31. Here are a few other older photos of tanks I've had. Pretty consistent, like you saw in the video. High 20s to about 30 is where I usually get in the Outback Wilderness. Something else I like about the Subaru Outback Wilderness is the safety of it. In my profession, I work with a lot of people who are in car accidents, and some of them are really messed up because of the trauma involved with that. So having a safe vehicle for me is very important, as I feel like it's kind of like paying for insurance. It's worth the premium to know that you'll likely be better off if something were to happen. Hopefully something doesn't happen. Because of that, Subaru's included a lot of safety features into their car. There's blind spot monitoring, there's the dimming of the mirrors, both rear and side, there's adaptive cruise control, there's the automatic braking, there's the lane centering, there's the reverse automatic braking on this model even. I don't think those features would be there. They wouldn't have been developed if they wasn't a concern for why they were needed. I think enough children have been ran over, people have backed up into things, people have had their head down or not paying attention at the wheel and bumped into something. These systems are pretty good. On the Outback Wilderness, you have this heads-up display system. You can kind of see the reflection in the windshield right there. The middle one is green and it's lit up when you are on adaptive cruise control. When there's a potential concern you're crossing the line, it'll turn yellow. And then if you're really in trouble, you're about to hit something, or the car thinks you're about to hit something, it'll turn red, the radio will stop, and it'll beep at you pretty loudly. If you're in the reverse automatic braking and it thinks you're going to hit something, it'll actually stop the vehicle and not let you do anything until you put it in drive to get out of that situation. Additionally to these features that help prevent an accident, we have seen through the Highway Institute of Safety and all those other test crash sites that the Outback has shown time and time again that it is very safe in its architecture. It scores very highly and is a top safety pick. For that reason, I like it, and it's a pro. See, this is all the vehicle doing the adaptive cruise control and lane centering right now. It'll usually let you go for 15 to 30 seconds, it seems like, depending on road conditions, before it starts to beep at you. It signals you with audible beeps as well as the lights and the heads-up display. It's green when things are good, it's yellow when things are a concern. Like right now, I just went over the line and it beeped at me. If things get really bad, it will flash red. Another pro of this system. The Outback Wilderness provides great highway confidence. A lot of my driving is when it's dark out, so you can see these are just the regular beams. And then the fog lights, the LEDs will come on. And then in a little bit I'll switch it to the high beams. But you can see for having a road that's totally country, has not really much reflectiveness to it in the paint or side markers, it does light up the road quite well. I can usually see if there's animals on the side of the road. Up next you can see a picture of the LEDs just the regular beams and the fog lights turned on. And then underneath, the ground clearance of 9.5 inches. I really don't have to worry too much about little animals that are already roadkill, or tires or other just junk and debris on the side of the road. You don't have to unnecessarily and unsafely swerve to avoid very many things. You can just take it for what it is and go straight at it. Additionally, the Wilderness comes with a thin but practical skid plate right there. You can always upgrade it if you need. I'll show you just how well it does on the highway. Manual mode, boost rev. Quite adequate power for what it is. It can do a low 6-second 0 to 60, as you can see here in my own testing. And then it also does a mid 14-second quarter mile, which for what this vehicle is, for a family vehicle, that's honestly pretty good, especially when you consider all the other things that it has to offer. Another thing I like about the Outback Wilderness is the curb appeal. All the upgrades over the regular Outback are not just for cosmetic, but they are functional, which is nice to know. I personally really like wagons, but I think the Wilderness is an especially good looking wagon. For that reason, I like it. That's one of the pros. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching my video. Please let me know what you think in the comments, and like always, like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Otherwise, take care, guys.